Tonight, live on HBO from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, Nevada, former multi-division champion Manny Pacquiao will meet current 147-pound WBO champion Timothy Desert Storm Bradley. This will be their second meeting. They met once back in 2012, and that fight ended with a very controversial decision. Here to talk about the fight and give their prediction, two of boxing's more knowledgeable observers and writers. First, from WarBoxing.com, Ruben Diaz, and BoxingPulse.net's Eliud Vasquez Torres. Good evening, fellas. Now let's get to those predictions. Ruben, first your prediction for Pacquiao versus Bradley 2.
My prediction for tonight's Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley rematch is Bradley by a legit unanimous decision, unlike the first fight where he was basically gifted that decision, and it should have been a win for Manny Pacquiao on the judges' scorecard, but we saw that didn't happen. I see a different fight playing out this time around. I think each guy has gone through different things over the course of the last 2 years, and I think Bradley has a momentum going into this fight mentally as well. Although Bradley fought a dumb fight after the first Pacquiao fight against Provodnikov, where he stood toe-to-toe and suffered a concussion and got knocked down and almost got knocked out. I think he learned from that, even though he was trying to prove his point that he is a fighter and a warrior, and had the chip on his shoulder from the backlash of the first Pacquiao fight. But I think he learned from that and recuperated from that fight. And he definitely fought a very smart fight in his last fight against Juan Manuel Marquez. And I think he needs to fight a similar fight tonight. Fight a smart fight. Pacquiao's going to be the aggressor, much like Marquez was in the fight against Bradley. And like I said, tonight Pacquiao is going to be the aggressor. So Bradley, in my opinion, should set up Pacquiao, trap him, counter, and have him missing and swinging at air just like Marquez was for the majority of the night when they fought. So I think he should use that similar game plan again tonight against Pacquiao and definitely utilize his jab. And I see it as a 60-40 fight for Bradley, but you can argue that it's a 50-50 fight. And I think for me the question is whether or not Pacquiao still has any lingering effects from the knockout loss to Marquez. I mean, he's only fought once since then, and that was against Brandon Rios, and that fight we didn't really see Manny get tested. I don't think he has to worry about Bradley's power, but who knows where his mentality is still at this point. A big win over Bradley would not only set up a trilogy fight, but it would also, depending on how Pacquiao were to win, if he were to win, would open up a lot of doors and maybe put him back to the status of where he was only a few years ago at the welterweight division. And I'm not even going to mention the Mayweather fight, but bigger fights, and people can say that he still has that fire and still has something left in the tank to be at that top level. But I'm still going with Bradley by a legit unanimous decision, possibly a split decision tonight.
Trilogy. We'll see tonight. Thank you, Ruben. Now, Eliud Vasquez Torres, let's throw it to you. Your thoughts on this rematch?
I have Manny Pacquiao winning a unanimous decision over Timothy Bradley tonight in Las Vegas. It's pretty much going to be a rerun of their fight in June 9th of 2012. Only this time around, you're going to have three judges who are going to be under the microscope and are going to get this one right this time around. Pacquiao is saying that he wants a knockout in this fight as well as his advisors, but I don't see that happening for the fact that Timothy Bradley is not going to allow him to stop him. And the reason I say that is because Timothy Bradley is going to be a sort of a counterpuncher tonight, just like the same way that he fought when he fought Marquez in his last fight. He's going to be in the trenches, but he's not going to be all the way inside for he could see the punches coming. And that's my prediction. I don't see, like I said, I don't see a knockout. I see more of Manny. I'm not saying that he's going to be cautious, but the last time he got too aggressive, he found himself on the floor flat. So that's why I think he's just going to, win this fight, throwing combinations, landing more punches, slipping, going from every angle. Just pretty much the same way he did the first fight. But this time around, I can see the fight a little closer. Possibly Bradley winning 3-4 rounds. But don't be surprised if the scores are more wider than the first fight because of the controversial judging that happened in the first fight. So that's my prediction. Manny winning this 12th round unanimous decision and going on to bigger and better things, possibly a fight with Mayweather down the road.